Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Put Me in Coach Podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Herbert Finner, and I am your host. Yes. Today, my friends, we're going to be talking about practicing. Yes, we're going to look at practicing and how practicing is very important, how practice is essential for anything that we're striving to do, anything that we're striving to accomplish. Oftentimes teach on the five P's, and the P's is simply proper preparation prevents poor performance. Yes, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I've learned, through personal experiences that one of the best ways to prevent poor performance, my friend, is to practice. Yes, we all heard it said that practice makes perfect. But I'm here to let you know today, my friend, that practice does not make perfect. However, practice does make improvement. Yes, practice, it doesn't make perfect. It doesn't make you perfect. It doesn't leave you without mistakes, but it will make you better. So we're going to talk about the importance of practicing and how practicing will allow you to achieve mastery. Practicing will allow you to focus on consistency, dedication, as well as improvement. So we're going to talk about just practicing. Why is it important for you, my friend, to practice? Aristotle once said that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Yes, excellent, my friend, is not a one-time thing. Excellent, my friend, is a habit. And we know that a habit is something that we do unconsciously, something that we do over and over again without even thinking about it, because is a habit. Another word for a habit is an addiction. Yes, an addiction is also a habit. So we're talking about learning, we're talking about practicing, we're talking about creating positive habits so that we can get the desired results that we're looking for. So, my question for you today is, why is practicing essential for achieving mastery in any field? Why is it important, my friend, that you practice? One of the reasons it's important, my friend, that you practice is because when you don't practice, it's going to show up. Yes, it's going to show up when you don't practice. Oftentimes talk about boxing, and I remember Mike Tyson was fighting Buster Douglas, and Buster Douglas actually won that particular fight. And after the fight, one of the things that Mike said was he underestimated his opponent, for one, and two, he didn't continue with his discipline. He didn't continue with his practice. And once again, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So we see a situation where we had a champion who neglected the practice. And as a result of him neglecting the practice, it showed up in the ring. Yes, it showed up in the ring because champions, my friend, doesn't become a champion while they're in the ring. That's not where they become champions at. Champions become champions outside of the ring. It's only inside of the ring where they're actually understood as champions. When they're inside the ring, they're actually given the credit to be champions, but that's not where they become champions. They become champions outside of the ring. Everything that you do to practice, everything that you do in your preparation is what make you a champion. Thing is going to reveal what you did outside of the ring. So what you done outside of the ring is going to show up, my friend, when you get in the ring. So if you wasn't practicing outside of the ring, what do you think gonna happen when you get inside the ring? If you wasn't doing your homework, if you wasn't practicing at home, what do you think gonna happen when you get in front of the classroom? What do you think gonna happen when you get in front of that test? When you take that test, when you know, my friend, that you wasn't practicing. So I want to ask you a question today. Do you have a desire to get better? When it comes down to your gifts, and we've been talking about gifts for the past week or so, we've been talking about talents, and I've been sharing with you that your gifts are your superpowers. However, even when it comes down to superpowers, even when it comes down to your gifts, even when it comes down to the things that you think or you consider to be good at, it still takes practice. It takes practice for you to become good. It takes practice for you to become great. It takes discipline. Everyone that we look at that is great, everyone that we look at that excelled, it's because they didn't take practice lightly. It's because they understood the importance of practice. For example, when we look at Michael Jordan had a serious work ethic. We're talking about Michael Jordan with practice. He beat everybody in the gym. And he stayed in the gym when everyone else was still gone. And we've seen the results of his practice. You're talking about one of the best players in the world who didn't neglect practice. And practice is what made him to be the great man, the great basketball player that he is. Another one that followed in his footsteps was Kobe Bryant. Same work ethics. Practice, practice, practice. Did it make him perfect? No, it didn't make him perfect, but it made him better. It made him great. It made him exceptional, but it didn't make him perfect. So we're talking about practicing here. So why is practicing central for achieving mastery in any field? Because practice makes improvement. The only way you're going to get better at anything, my friend, you got to practice. You got to work on it. And sometimes you don't want to practice, but you don't want to lose either. You don't want to fail either. So if you're really trying to win, my friend, if you're really trying to get ahead, then you have to practice your craft. You have to study your craft. You have to know what you know. Study, work hard, practice before you get in the ring. Don't get in the ring of life without practicing, because it's going to expose you. It's going to expose you for that lack of practice. I remember years ago when I first gotten, into the field of coaching and training, I was trying to get this contract with this particular school. But the reality was I wasn't ready. Poor performance because I lacked preparation. I mean, after that meeting was over, I knew that I wasn't going to get that contract. And I went back home and I reflected on all that went wrong. And all that went wrong was proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I didn't prepare properly. And it didn't allow me to prevent poor performance. And I know some of you right now, you're looking at, some of the things that you're doing and you're saying to yourself, I'm not as good as I know I could be. I know I can be better. But are you willing to practice? Are you willing to make some sacrifices in order for you, my friend, to get better? Every time, I come on a video, every time I do a live, every time I'm on Facebook, I'm practicing. Every day I wake up in the morning, I'm practicing. Because I know, my friend, that practice is going to make me better. Practice is going to help me to get to where I'm trying to be. It's going to help me to get to the desired results that I have for myself.